Hello, good morning everybody. How are you all? I hope you are very fine. Okay, today in our maths class we'll start new lesson. It is geometrical shape. Okay, understood? In this chapter we'll try to learn about some geometrical shapes. Okay, first we'll try to review whatever we've learned in class 3. Okay, in class 3 we read about some basic plane shapes and solid shapes. Let us have a quick review what we read. In class 3, we have learned how many sides a rectangle have, how many sides are there in a triangle, how many faces are there in a cube, how many faces are there in a cone, etc. etc. Okay. Now here we will try to learn what is tangram. Okay. Look, the tangram is a Chinese puzzle. Look this figure. Look at this figure. A tangram is a Chinese figure. Tangram pieces can be used. These are pieces. One piece is the second one, third one. These are all pieces. How many pieces is there? We'll read it later. Tangram pieces can be used to make many shapes of people, animals, things, etc. Okay. Here is a set of 7 pieces tangram. Okay, look, how many pieces is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, with these 7 pieces, we can draw, we can form a shape of people, animals, things, etc. Okay, look here. Using these pieces, we can make shapes like boat, candle, person, rocket, house. Okay, what is fish, cat, swan, horse, dog and rabbit. Okay. Now here it is tessellation. To cover a surface with a pattern of flat shapes so that there are no overlaps or gaps is called tessellation or tilling. Understood? Look at they have formed some figure with the help of tessellation. Look, there is no overlapping. There is no gap. It is rectangles, it is triangles, this one is hexagons and this one is squares. Okay. Now in exercise 9b, you can do it, okay, with the help of some this lesson. Okay, this is tangram. Okay. Now look, what are they asking? How many triangles are there in a 7-piece tangram? Okay, how many triangles are there in 7-piece tangram? Look here, you count this one. How many triangles are? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, look, how many? 1, 2, 3. It is not a triangle, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, you may count like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. How many triangles are there? 5 triangles are there. Okay. Now, next question, how many squares are there in 7-piece tangram? Okay, look, squares, how many squares are there? You may count like the 1 and 2. 2 squares are there in a 7-piece tangram. Okay. Okay. Now, what is open and closed curve? What is open and closed curve? Look, first we will start with the closed curve. The figure which have the same starting and the end points are called closed curve. What is closed curve? I am reading it again. The figure which have the same starting and the end points are called closed curve. Look here. If you observe this one, if you take this one, okay, look. From here, you may say that I will start from here. Okay, this point. Then you are going this way in the direction, then in this direction, and then again you are coming at the end here. That means you are meeting the starting point, but there is no difference end point and different starting point. Same point. That means the end point and the starting point is same. That's why we will call this one as closed curve. It is closed curve. But where the end point and starting point are two different points, we will call this one as open curve. Open curve. Look, this one. You may call this one is a starting point. This one starting point and this one is end point. These two different points. That's why we will say this one is open curves. What is it? It's open curve. This one is closed curve. These are all closed curve and these are open curves. Okay. Now, simple closed curve. What is simple closed curve? A closed curve which does not cross itself is called a simple closed curve. Look here. You may consider this one is a closed curve. Okay. But it is not crossing itself anywhere. It is not crossing itself anywhere. Look, this one also. It is not crossing itself anywhere. But this figure you observe, it is crossing it here. Then it is not a simple closed curve. These two are a simple closed curve, but it is not a simple closed curve. This is also not a simple closed curve. Understood? Now what is polygons? Polygons, you should have first it is simple closed curve. But if any simple closed curve formed by the line segment, then we will say this one as polygons. Okay? Polygons should be formed by line segment. Okay? Look here. This figure is a closed curve. Okay? No doubt about it. And it is forming, it has formed by this line segment. That's why you can say it is a polygon. But here, this is not a line segment. Look at this part. It is curved. It is not formed by a line segment. That's why we will not say this is a polygon. This one is a polygon. This one also a polygon. This one not a polygon because this part is not a line segment. Okay? Now, what is a triangle? A polygon having 3 line segment is called a triangle. A polygon having 3 line segment is called triangle. And what is a quadrilateral? A polygon having 4 line segment is called quadrilateral. Okay, rectangle, what is rectangle? Rectangle is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are equal. Okay, look, if you take this one figure is a quadrilateral formed by 4 line segment and these opposite sides are equal, this opposite sides are equal and this opposite side also equal, then you will say it is rectangle. And what is square? Square is a quadrilateral whose all 4 sides are equal. Now we have to familiar with some basic geometrical concept. What is a plane? A flat surface which extends endlessly in all the direction is called a plane. Okay. We cannot draw a plane on a paper. We can just represent a part of it on a paper. Look, this is the top of a table. Okay. We can extend this one any direction, in any direction. We can extend. Okay, we can extend the top of the table in any direction. That's why it's a plane. It's a part of a plane. We should say it's a part of a plane. Look, this one is roof. We can extend this one this direction. We can extend this direction and this direction, this direction. That's why it's a part of a plane. Okay, we can't draw a plane on a paper. We just represent it. We can just represent a part of it on a paper. Then what is a point? A small dot made by a sharp pencil on a piece of a paper represent a point. Okay, a small dot made by a sharp pencil on a piece of paper represent a point. Look, this one is here just a point. Okay, look, a point has no length, no breadth and no thickness. It has only position. And what is a line segment? The straight path between 2 points. Okay, A and B is called a line segment. Okay, now look here, A and B 2 points. The straight path between these 2 points, okay, is called the line segment. A line segment has definite what is called length. A line segment has a fixed length, fixed or definite length. Okay, and it is represented by this way, AB, and above AB you will draw a bar. Okay. Now, what is a ray? A line segment extend endlessly in one direction only is called a ray. Look here, we can here A and B. The end point is A, and this direction we can draw. We can extend this AB towards B point, towards B. Okay, we can extend towards this way. Okay, this one is a ray. It has only one fixed point. It has no two fixed points. And in line segment, in case of a line segment, it has two end points. But in case of a ray, it has only one end point. Okay, it has one end point. It has. Okay. Now, what is line? A line segment extends endlessly in both directions is called a line. Look here. This one is a line. You can extend towards B. You can extend towards A. Okay. This one also you can draw. You can draw on a paper. It has no end point. What is intersecting line? When two lines are meeting in one point, we will say that these two lines are intersecting line. And at the point where it is meeting, it is called point of intersection. Understood? What is perpendicular lines? Okay, we say that the electric pole is perpendicular to the ground. Look, this electric pole, okay, it is standing straight, okay, on the ground. Then we will say this electric pole is perpendicular to this ground. Okay, now look, this one, this is a wall, and this one also perpendicular to the ground. Okay, and this boy is standing on a floor. Okay, this boy is standing on a floor. Okay, now this boy also position is just like perpendicular on the to the ground or to the floor. This boy's position is perpendicular to the ground. Understood? Look here. Now we'll learn what is parallel lines. Parallel lines do not meet even if they are extended indefinitely on either side. They can be more than the two lines parallel to each other. Okay, look. There are going to be more than two lines parallel to each other. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, look this one. These two lines L and M, if you extend towards this side and toward this side, they will never meet at any point. Okay, they will never meet at any point. Then we will say these two lines are parallel to each other. Okay, okay. Then perpendicular lines are meeting at some point, at any point. Okay, this I am saying it again. Why it is perpendicular? Because it is standing straight. Okay, and this one is it is standing on the ground. Then we will say this pole is perpendicular to the ground. Okay, but here these two lines are not meeting at any point. These two lines are not meeting at any point. Then we will say these two are parallel lines. Look at railway lines. Look, if you extend this one, if you go far away from here, we will see that two lines will never meet anywhere. Okay, these two lines will never meet anywhere. Then we will say these two lines are parallel lines. Understood? I hope you understood. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.